Yo, what is good? Bridgeport, University of Bridgeport. Let me show you guys. Is it there? Can you see it? Can you see it? There we go. So, I picked up an extra shift at the University of Bridgeport. $12 in the morning to 8 o'clock in the morning. My relief is a cop. Now, the person that I relieved is another security guard from my company, and he showed me the ins and outs. And long story short, in order for me to keep the building open for myself, because there is no keys for myself, I have to wedge a little newspaper between the door. Now, nothing but 8 hours to myself, just sitting down on a chair, making sure no one goes in and out. Easy day, right? So, after I got so bored of playing South Park Phone Destroyer, I decided to take a gander at the newspaper. I mean, with newspapers, there aren't too many ads, and before they publish it, they kind of have to get the story somewhat straight. I mean, it's not like CNN is kind of like taking control of the newspaper, are they? So, unless CNN is paying a newspaper company so they could keep in business. I mean, because let's be honest, like, who reads newspapers now when we can get all of our information on social media? But anyways, so looking at this newspaper, I saw this article that a stray bullet, I took a picture of it just in case, but a stray bullet killed a mother in Queens, New York. So I'm thinking, like, damn, that's sad. This lady just minding her own business, probably going. I didn't read a whole entire article. I just read the big bold print. And the big bold print says that a stray bullet hit the lady. And I'm like, man, this lady's going about her own day, and it suddenly ends by a stray bullet. It makes you think. Like, we go about on our everyday lives just doing what we normally do, and then at a snap of a finger, everything could end. Everything you know, everything you learned, everything you're trying to learn, all the foods, all the places you visit, all the places you want to visit, everything just gone at a drop of a hat. It's crazy. But then it makes me think, like, what was going on that a stray bullet hit that lady? You know what I mean? As far as I know, when it comes to New York, especially Long Island, Manhattan, especially Manhattan, Bronx, Queens, all that, like, if you aren't a cop, you're not getting a gun. That's just facts. That's just period. If you are a gun owner, even if you're a cop yourself, if you're not New York police, you can't go to New York with your firearm. So, conclusion is that someone probably had a beef with another person, no training at all, no regard of the Second Amendment or anything of that nature, pop shots, probably, maybe completely missed their target. Their target is probably conjuring up some plan for retaliation, while the old lady gets hit. Well, she wasn't old, but I mean, I would say she was at least no more than 40 years old tops. The lady looked relatively young. So, if no one in the New York area is allowed to have firearms, that means that someone got a hold of the firearm illegally. Where the fuck is my lighter? One second. Found it. So that means someone got hold of the firearm illegally. They got it from somewhere, some way, shape, or form. They just got a hold of it. And someone else got hurt, pretty much because of lack of training. Now, I know for a fact that someone out there, some politician, is going to say, well, we need more gun control. And the other people that will back the politicians will obviously feed into it and support that notion as well, without realizing that the fact that they decide and think about more gun control, they're not realizing that with more gun control doesn't necessarily mean that a criminal will be stopped from having a firearm and shooting more stray bullets. Now, say if a certain side of a party, of politics, got everything they wanted. Let's say they got rid of firearms completely, from people purchasing firearms legally, because that's what New York is. You can't have a firearm in the New York metro area, mainly the metro area, at all, unless if you're a cop. Now, so say if no one's allowed to have firearms, period, not just New York, but all over, is that necessarily going to stop a criminal from getting a firearm? Some would say, well, it's a start. If everyone just gives up their weapons, that means that there's less weapons for a criminal to have. Yeah. No. You see, if someone wants something, they're going to get it one way or another. Kind of like prisoners. In prison, you make all types of rules that makes everything contraband, and some way, somehow, an inmate will find some way to get it or make it. A prison is the most secured place, strict place for every criminal, and if they could still get their hands on things, what will make you think that people on the outside of the prison system can't get their hands on things? Really, just think about it. Just sit down and think about it for a minute. Also in the bold letter, I have to read it again, but in the bold letter, after it says that the lady got hit by a stray bullet, it's asking, where are the police? getting justice or something of that nature. Well, how about this? Weren't you the same people that said that you wanted to defund the police? It's crazy. That's crazy. That's that's wild. You know? But hey, that's what you guys wanted. Y'all protested it. Y'all wanted the police defund it, so y'all got it. Also, in that same page, it says that EMTs, which is what you guys call the ambulance or medics, it says that they are being attacked. That's wild. So not only are criminals getting their hands on firearms illegally, making other people look bad by upholding the Second Amendment, but you guys also want the police defunded, and the same people that try to save your lives, you're attacking them. What I mean by you're attacking them, I mean probably another criminal is attacking them. I honestly think that we as the American people need to sort out our priorities. By me speaking on this, it's not going to make any difference because many years in the future, the same shit's going to keep on happening. And long after I'm dead, the same argument's going to keep on happening. Eventually, I don't know when, but eventually there's going to be a civil war about it. You know, it's crazy, but you know, it is what it is, right? It's wild. That's really wild, man. All hope for the future is relatively lost. It is. All I can do is just shake my head and just, I guess, laugh.